So we're 17 races in the books and 17 races to go. We're at the halfway season point of the Castrol GTX Cup Series season for season 30. As stop number 18 starts the second half of the season. And back where it all began for the Daytona 500 as we're back to Daytona International Speedway, this time under the lights in the running of the midseason classic, the Pepsi 400, as we're set for 24 laps of action on this 2.5-mile trioval here in the heart of Daytona International Speedway. Just going to be a tremendous race here today. And on the pole for today's race, it is number 21, Quentin Moore. The go forward on the pole for this race here today. He's alongside number 33. That is the car of Matt McIntyre. Quentin won the season in the 600 at Charlotte, while Matt McIntyre has not yet won a season. His last win came last season at Atlanta. Second row has Alex Miller at number 15. He won this race last season and is looking for his first victory of the season. But his best finish was a second at Dover. He's alongside number 44, Seth Cole, in the Hot Wheels Pontiac. Seth likewise also has yet to win this season. So you got 3 of the top 5 who's yet to win this season so far, as well as actually make that 4 of the top 5. Dylan Pote, who almost won the last race on the tour at Michigan, the Caterpillar Pontiac number 22. He got passed on the final lap in that race for the win, sadly for him. Flanking Dylan alongside would be number 40, going for the Daytona sweep. It's Zach Winkle. He won the Daytona 500. Going to the next row is number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Lite Ford. He's alongside number 5. That is Phil Parker. Dylan's won twice this season. He won at Texas, and he also won at Rockingham. Next row is number 90, James Sykes in the Heilig Myers Ford. And number 1, Trent Dunham. He took the title at Pocono this season. Next row is number 42, Kyle Matthews. He won at Dover this season. Beside him, number 94, Jessica Shelton. She's won this season at Bristol, and she also won at Riverside. Next row down has number 4, William Brock, and number 26. That is Ryan Brommer. William Brock, of course, showing off the Kodak Film Gold paint scheme that he ran during the All-Star Weekend at Charlotte. Next row down has Daniel Bouchard, 2-time winner this season so far. Daniel won at Richmond, and he also won at the last race on the tour at Michigan. He was the guy that passed Pote on the final lap in that race. Beside him will be Jesse Turner in 75. Next row down has Rob Evans in 16, and number 20, Joshua Osborne. And both of them like to get Daytona victories themselves, especially Osborne. Next row down has number 30, that is Ryan George, the Jimmy Dean Sausages Pontiac, and number 25, James Henry, who had a strong showing at Michigan the last race on the tour. He impressed us all in that event. Next row down has number 43, Mike Becker, and 88, Keith Batson, the Red Carpet Lease Quality Care Service Ford. Keith has won twice this season. He won at Darlington and Martinsville, while Becker's yet to win this season. He has won here at Daytona before, too, by the way. Next row down has number 18, Nathan Orman, and 29. That is Zachary Fitzwater. Next row, Aaron Macklin in 87, and Levi McIntyre in 99. Levi still looking for that first victory of the season. Next row, Laura Chung in 98, and number 10, that is the car of Paul Minnick. He won the last plate race we brought to you on the tour at Talladega in the Winston 500. Next row down has Kat Batson in 28, and number 3, Cole Deaver. Deaver won the season at Atlanta. Next row has Allison Rain in number 7, and number 24, Charles Sanford. Charles won the season at Sonoma. Next row, John Andrews, the winner at California, and number 6, that's Zach Rogers, the Valvoline Ford. Zach won at North Wilkesboro. Next row down has Roberto Crown Jr. in 17, and 37, Dylan Ebrahimian. Next row down has Stament Ozcon in 36, and number 71, Daniel Gatrock. And starting shotgun field be number 81, that's Muhammad Abdullah, and 23, that is Wes McCoy, the winner of the All-Stars at Charlotte.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Command given and fire the engines as we get some racing here today on this 2.5 mile racetrack here at Daytona. As the pace car leads the field off of pit road for the pace up, we'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Field rounding through turns number 3 and 4 here. Quentin Moore, car number 21. We'll lead him down the start-finish line here. He has got Matt McIntyre sitting alongside. as the pace car about to make that turn on the pit road. If you notice, there's a new look to this night version of Daytona. This is the Daytona Night 2001 version we're using here for this race in the 400. We're going to give that a trial run. Green flag flies. And we are underway in the Pepsi 400. And with these CTS physics, and this is developed cut mod in CTS physics, though, because if you know CTS physics, they can get the speed very, very quick here on this track. 183 miles an hour coming off turn number 2. And they start to fan out down the backstretch here. Alex Miller, who won this race last season, looking to lead the first lap. He shoots up to the lead, and 4 wide for about 3rd position right there. Dylan Young, James Sykes, Dylan Potey, and Matt McIntyre in car number 33 as they come out the 4th turn here. It'll be Alex Miller leading the first lap of this race here as they come to the start-finish line. First lap timed at 177.919 miles per hour, but don't get used to that pace. So coming on the backstretch here, Dylan Young moves the inside. He's won this race before. Kyle Matthews has not won the 400 before yet in the 42 car. He hopes to pull. He's won the 500 twice before, but never the 400. Off the 4th turn they come, it'll be the man who won at Dover leading the 2nd lap of this race here, or will he lead the 2nd lap? Yes, he will lead the 2nd lap of this race. And that 2nd lap tied at 193.059 miles per hour. Fast lap race so far, and that 2nd lap was 100. Well, as a matter of fact, you were looking at the leader there. Fast lap. Kyle Matthews actually had the fast lap race at 193, while the others at 192 or slower. Right now, Daniel Bouchard moves inside, but nope, here comes Ryan George. He's going to make a 3 wide for the lead, and he'll take the lead. Mike Becker's right there behind him. Laura Chung and Nathan Ormond behind as well, too. The 18 and the 98 cars. Ormond in the 18, Chung in the 98. As they come across the start-finish line, Ryan George leads the 4th lap of this race. Or 3rd lap, I should say. Through turns 1 and 2 they come here. Ormond down the low side. Ryan George on the high side as they come down the backstretch now. There's the action going on in the back of the pack of cars right there. And somebody said, and Potey's going to spin, I think. Yep, he's going to collect a few other cars here. Come on, turn number 4. Jesse Turner's involved. I saw Shelton get hit. Ryan Brommer was involved. Paul Minnick, I think, in the 10 car was involved. And the yellow flag is going to fly for the first time on lap number 5. At the end of the 4th lap of this race here, Ryan George led him to the start-finish line. Boy, can Jesse Turner get a break on the plate tracks a lot of times here? That's 2 of them I have to ask on who. I have to ask on who, if they can ever get a break on the plate tracks. He and Jessica Shelton are the 2 of them I have to ask on that one. It seems like those 2 can never get a break on the plate tracks and get a win here. Dylan Potey, I think some glitch happened right there. He went up into the wall, tries to save it from spinning up, and this is kind of a strange deal what happened to Potey. He's scraping along the wall. Everybody else is trying to hit the brakes there, trying to see what's going to happen. He's going to spin right. He somehow loses control, spins, and I think then gets hit by Matt McIntyre in the 33 car. And then 26 car of Ryan Brommer gets involved here. 17 car of Roberto Crown Jr. just missed him, but then Muhammad Abdullah gets into the whole thing. Everybody else there comes to a stop here. Shelton taps in the Potey. And look at Rogers, Osborne, and Minnick. They're gonna somehow miss this whole thing. Well, Rogers actually doesn't. And then Jesse Turner, he comes out, hits hits Ryan Brommer, sends him spinning in that 26 car. And then Turner here comes Turner 75 car. Poteet's gonna squeeze through, but Shelton tries to squeeze through between Turner and Osborne and does not do so, unfortunately for Jess. Jesse Turner comes down and hits her and then sends her right into Osborne's car. And Paul Minnick doesn't get away neither in that orange Tide Ford, I should say. But boy, like I said, with Shelton and Turner, that's two of the drivers that's been so close. That's been so close, but yet so far on the plate tracks years before and years past, but unfortunately have never gotten the job done. I think Turner has a plate win, but I'm actually not sure. Well, Jessica Shelton had one of her 3 in-car cameras in this race. Let's take a look at this ride and see what happened with her. Bad break there for Jessica Shelton, now from Charles Sanford's view. And Charles avoided this whole thing too. And thank goodness in this game right here in our Tossers radar, there you can go below the yellow line and advance your position without getting penalized. Thank goodness. Cars out of the race because of that crash here. Joshua Osborne is out of the race because of that crash, as is Aaron Macklin, Jessica Shelton, and Jesse Turner are out of the race. Because of that crash. Matt McIntyre, who was the outside poster, drops to dead last here and drops to 35th position. Muhammad Abdullah, along with Paul Minnick and Zach Rogers, Sans Hood is still in the race here, as is the 26 car of Ryan Brommer. So restart here on lap number 9. It will be Ryan George leading the race. Second position is Laura Chung, then Phil Parker, Nathan Orman, Kat Batson, Mike Becker, Daniel Bouchard, Allison Rain, Kyle Matthews, and the 2 car of Dylan Young as the top 10 spots. Green flag back out. 9th lap here in the Pepsi 400. And for Dylan Young, this is going to be a big chance to balloon his lead in the points. So Shelton was 2nd place and closing in on him in the points. And with her out of the race, so Dylan Young is now grinning ear to ear, hoping he can get a good run here and survive this race. I know we're halfway through the season though, but never too early to start thinking about points. And you never know. You can look back to one particular race and say that's where I lost the championship or won the championship, whichever happens. Nathan Orman, number 18, goes to the top spot now. In the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. We come off turn number 4 here. Orman leads him down the start-finish line. Mike Becker looks to the low side, trying to lead this lap. Does he do so? Yes, he will. Mike Becker, the number 43 STP Pontiac, made famous by Richard Petty, goes to the lead in the Pepsi 400, but only briefly because here comes number 31. That's Daniel Bouchard. Going for his 2nd win in a row. He won at Michigan. He also took a title at Richmond, so he'll be the first. So he's trying to become the first driver to win 3 times this year. Oh, Dylan Young looked to the other side, leading by McIntyre. Had thoughts of making it 4 wide down the back stretch, and and Levi thought better of it. He'll push Dylan up to 2nd place now, as they come off turn number 4 now. Both Young and McIntyre have won the 400 before here. Dylan Young did it just a few seasons back, and Levi McIntyre won his Pepsi 400 in season 19. But now Levi pushes to the 43 car of Mike Becker up to the top spot now. They come off turn number 2 now. McIntyre looks to the high side here, but he's got Dylan Young down low in number 2. James Henry's up there in the 25 car. James Sykes in the 90. Here comes John Andrews, 41, the California winner this season. And Allison Lane, the driver formerly known as Johnny Gardner. Moving up the field, and some people in the pits have saying it's still Johnny behind the wheel, but just driving in a different disguise. Whether that's true or not, who's to say? But Allison will tell you that's not true, though. Down the lower side, here comes that car number 88, Keith Batson. We know how strong he usually can be on the plate tracks. He's won before at Talladega. He's also won the Daytona 500 before in this series. But here comes number 4, William Brock. And William Brock is really hungry for a win at number 4, Kodak Chevrolet. Zachary Fitzwater behind him in number 29. There's Laura Chung behind him in 98. And 24, Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevrolet, as he tries to move tries to take the Jeff Gordon cars up to the top spot. And John Andrews leads that last time by in that 41 Kodiak Chevrolet. Andrews trying to become the 5th driver to win twice this season, or trying to become the 5th driver to win 2 times this season. Dylan Young is one of those 4 drivers who's won twice. He, Daniel Bouchard, Jessica Shelton, and Keith Batson have been the 2-time winners this season so far. And we've had 13 different winners this season as well, too, in the first 17 races. So this has been a very competitive season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and we may have some more different winners. Who knows? May have a different one here today, possibly. We'll see what happens at the end of the 24th lap of this race here. We have now completed 13 of those laps, and we're down to 11 laps to go already. And here, only one caution flag has slowed this race down to 129 miles per hour. Ryan Frommer has had the fastest lap of the race so far at 196.76 miles per hour. And Ryan right now runs in the 32nd position, tail end of the line. And John Andrews doing a darn good job keep hanging on to that lead right now as they come to finish line. Get ready for 10 laps to go in the Pepsi 400. This race, of course, the next to the last plate race of the season. The last plate race of the season will be about 2 races from now, when we head to Talladega for the final time of the season for the Die Hard 500. But the 2 races in between, that will be the next race after this, and next race after this, we will go to the 1 mile track at New Hampshire for the Bass Pro Shops 300, and then after that, we'll be on to the second visit to Pocono for the AC Spark Plugs 400, and 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. Oh my gosh, this is not going to end well. Whew. Well, I thought it wasn't gonna end well. Zach Winkle trying to thread the needle down the bottom of the track right there, and Winkle, well, boldness produced fruit on his part because he now moves into 3rd position. And let's remember, Winkle trying to go for the Daytona sweep. He won the Daytona 500 this season, and he could possibly pull it off. And that car, by the way, has won before the season. It's won with that car and the team's won before the season. Has won before at Daytona. Not only with him behind the wheel, but also has won with Mitchell Collins in this very race in season 21. As a 1993 Pontiac. This is a 95 Pontiac that Winkle's driving. Slightly different paint scheme, but... and also a different sponsor, I should say, too, because I think that 40 car, had Dirt Devil on that car in season 21. Coming up on the back of Muhammad Abdullah in the 81 car as he's off the pace. And here comes Orman up the high side. Let's see what happens. And they head down the backstretch, and Orman's going to pull out a substantial lead right now, but that's not good on the plate track though, because you are a sitting duck. And he's going to pick on John Andrews in the 41 car. Andrews saying, "Why me at this point?" That's the trouble when you get to a lap car on a plate track like this, though, because you never know where he or she's going to go. Orman has the lead, but here comes Henry's to the left side, and proof of the pudding right there of what I said. When you blow up a big lead and you're a sitting duck on the plate track, that's classic proof right there. Doesn't get the drafting help behind you, and that is what happens because 2 cars running in the draft. Obviously, because you got several cars running in the draft, obviously it's a whole lot better than one running alone on a track like this. You're running alone, you probably could be doing like say 185 miles an hour, and a pack's coming at you doing 195. So, but here comes the boss of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, car 44 up to the top spot now. As he's got Hot Wheels under the hood of that car, or I should say a hot engine, but still. But he leads the pack right now, and he leads that lap. Here comes Cat Batson, number 28 out of KAB Enterprises. And here comes that number 24, Charles Sanford down the left side. The DuPont Chevrolet. On board with Charles Sanford, number 24. He was fourth the last time by. Winkles on the outside of him. Come up on the back of Zach Rogers, the number 6 car. They're going to split him up the middle. Boy, Seth always says never lift, and Charles Sanford did not lift. Coming to start-finish line now. They'll be coming down for 5 laps to go. Trent Dunham, number 1 up another spot. He's at the third, or up the fourth, I should say. Mike Becker breaks through. So does James Sykes. So does Dylan Young, Kyle Matthews, Cole Deaver in the 3 car. And the man who was upset winner at the Winston All-Star race here, Wes McCoy. He's up there now in the 23 car. 17 of Roberto Crown Jr. Those 2 drivers has never won a points-paying race. Neither has the car behind Poteet, Laura Chung. She's never won a points-paying race herself, neither. And this race has been known for some upset winners at times too. That we saw Alex Miller pull off an upset, even though it was his second career victory at this race last season. Down the backstretch they come. Charles Sanford has the top spot. Here comes number 44, Seth Cole, back to the low side. And now Matthews dips low on James Sykes as they come through turns number 3 and 4. Three laps to go, and whoa, Matthews got pushed up the high side by Deaver. Through turns 1 and 2 they come here. Becker now hooked up behind Cole Deaver's car. Here comes Seth Cole back to the low side. But here comes number 28, Kat Batson. She's going to hook up with Seth down the low side. And it's number 28 trying to go for the top spot. And she will do so, Kat Batson. Let's go Haviland Ford, the last woman to win a Pepsi 400, by the way, was a few seasons back when Kate Anderson won this race. In fact, I believe in season 27 when she won that event. So she was the last woman to win the 400, though, but I don't know if it's going to happen now because you got all men down the low side. Seth Cole up to the top spot. Kyle Matthews trying to dip low. Cole Deaver, he wants to win at Daytona. And number 3, Goodwrench Chevrolet. Mike Becker's not won in a long time. Wes McCoy going for an upset here. And here comes Deaver, and oh my gosh, here comes... They are 4 wide for the lead! Oh, I thought they were going to be 4 wide. Cat was plenty darn close right there. Deaver to the lead now as they come on turn number 4 now. This is going to be the white flag this time by 1 lap remaining in the Pepsi 400. Who's it going to be at Daytona? Into turn number 1, Cole Deaver deploys first. Second, 3 wide between Dylan Young, Mike Becker, and Kyle Matthews. They come down the backstretch here. Here comes Dylan Young. Down the backstretch, James Henry's on the left, right down the left side. They're going to be 4 wide to turn number 3. Sykes and Sanford were stuck in the middle. Here comes Mike Becker. Number 43, he's up in the back bumper of Deaver. Here they come off the 4th turn. Who's going to make a move? If they're going to make a move. Here, Dylan Young goes to the low side, but where it counts up front, Cole Deaver wins the Pepsi 400 for season 30. So Cole Deaver becomes the 4th different driver to win twice this season. He won at Atlanta way back in the 4th race of the season earlier this year. And now he will start the second half of the season by winning at one of the tracks he's had on his bucket list, Daytona, in the Pepsi 400. Just tremendous racing from the racing, and he will take the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet to victory lane in this race. And in fact, he was driving the same model year of car Dale Earnhardt won the 500 with in 1998. A 1998 Chevy, except this one, except he had the plus on his hood in the 1998 500, but still. But take a look at the rest of the top 10 for you here. Second will go to Mike Becker. Third to Dylan Young. Fourth place will go to James Henry. A great day for him. Kyle Matthews 5th. 6th will go to Trent Dunham. James Sykes 7th. 8th will go to Nathan Ormond. 9th to Charles Samper. And Ryan George will finish 30th. Average speed 152.110 miles per hour. That was thanks to that one caution flag that flew today. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Cat Batson will finish 11th in this race here today. Seth Cole 12th. Last season's winner, Alex Miller, finishes 13th. A great day for the 15 team. Zach Winkle didn't quite get the 500, didn't quite get the Daytona sweep, but still a solid day, finishing 14th. William Brock 15th. Wes McCoy comes home 16th. 17th will go to Roberto Crown Jr. Levi McIntyre 18th. John Andrews 19th. Phil Parker 20th. Laura Chung 21st. Allison Rain 22nd. 23rd, I should say, will go to Rob Evans. 24th will go to Dylan Poteet. 25th, Cement Oscon. 26th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. 27th to Daniel Bouchard. 28th to Ryan Brommer. 29th, Keith Batson. 30th to Daniel Getrock. 31st to pole sitter Quentin Moore. 32nd, Dylan Abrahamian. 33rd, Matt McIntyre, matching his car number. And Paul Minnick was 34th. Those two got awfully close to being lapped on the final lap of this race there, but they were further enough ahead to where they can finish on the lead lap. So 2 cars have finished a lap down. Zach Rogers and Muhammad Abdullah. Those two got caught up in that first crash, in the only crash of the day, which knocked these 4 drivers out of the race. Joshua Osborne, Aaron Macklin, Jessica Shelton. She did not need that, though, with Dylan Young finishing second. So that's going to drop her a little bit back in the points. So she was second to Dylan coming into this race. And 40th will go to Jesse Turner. So, and Turner's one of those who's trying to climb. Another one of those who's trying to climb his way back in the points contention, as was Osborne too, for that back in that 20 car. So this crash knocked three of the major contenders out of the race. But how about the number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet? Cole Deaver takes the Dale Earnhardt Colors to victory lane at Daytona for the first time ever in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, averaging 152.110 miles per hour. It's his second victory of the season. He has mentioned he won at Atlanta, and now he wins today at Daytona. Here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel for some really cool stuff here. We got in-our races, we got gaming videos, we got in-our online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, the main series on his channel, and some other cool stuff he's got on here too. And also be sure to check out our other 2 channels that does NNSCRA offline series. The NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series is done by YouTube user Thrashman899. It's Levi McIntyre's channel. And you subscribe to his channel for some cool stuff, but also subscribe to X86753098858X. That's Dylan Young's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. So be sure to check those 2 series out, and you will not regret doing so. And if you want to join the next season of the NNSCRA Duracell Cup Series, please make sure to contact Seth, and he'll get you going. So that will do here today at Daytona International Speedway here. And welcome to the second half of the Castrol GTX Cup Series season 30 as the road to the championship weekend continues on. For now, this is James Qualls' production of the NNSCRA celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at New Hampshire for the Bass Pro Shops 300.